Here's my observations from the Baylor women's tennis tournament from the past weekend called the Baylor Invite. I know not every player played. I know they didn't. But I'm going to go over singles and doubles. I'll put the results, what happened, in the description below in terms of like a PDF form so y'all could check it out. Isabel Harrison played well, 2-0 in singles. Good serve, and I've seen I've seen some improvement in consistency as a player in ground strokes. Definitely a player that could be a number one, but I'm not. Though there are some other players that will challenge her, but I for sure see 1 through 4, which I will be surprised she moves down all the way down to 5. I would be, but you never know. Lyubov Koskenko, known as Luba by her team and coaches and the fans. Despite going 1-2, she impressed me once again. Like, I saw her the first time, and I know she's lost every match, but the previous time, but 2 of those losses in this tournament were in 10-point tiebreakers, in which one of those losses was to a Court 2 Washington State player who might be a Court 1 this year. She has a lot of power in shot making. I'm not sure she'll be in the top 2 or 3, but she can play up there with power. I mean, she can. I would more say expect like 3 through 5, which I know 5 is low in the lineup, but she would overwhelm her opponents there. I was thanked by her when she was sitting in the stands on Friday. And I'm glad that she finally got a win in the win column, because I know every time I've seen her play, she's lost. Either close or just a loss, period. Paula Bagniano definitely improved since last tournament. Last time I saw her. She went 2-0. To me, she should stick at number 6, given all the players around her. It's not then against her. It's the truth. Danielle Dimitrov, I never saw her play until this past tournament, but I am impressed by her. She went 3-0, including a win over a Houston Court 1 player. Good ground strokes and serve, though you could see her freshman moments here and there. Like sometimes I consider her only a number 7 in singles right now, given that Paula and all the other players in front, but still a good option. Elena Shlitabina, she was very solid on the weekend. I mean, 3-0 in singles. There's no doubt she can be a Core 1 if needed, but I still expect like 2 through 4 in singles for her. Brooke Thompson definitely improved since last time. Good serve and ground strokes. 1-1 in singles, though I still see her more of a 9 or 8 or 9 option in singles, given all the players around. Danielle Tufton, I never saw her play, but I know she mostly played doubles on the weekend. But, she only played 1 match. She lost that match. But I did notice that she had like some tape on her lower leg near the Achilles area. She had cupping done around her shoulder too. So she might be still recovering from that. So, and I definitely see she's a good player with potential, though I see more of a 8 or 9 option in singles. Now doubles, there was a lot of different combinations. Paula and Daniela, 4-0 in doubles. They're a very solid doubles team. This could be like a 2 or 3 option in doubles, though not sure about 1 due to other combinations in this tournament or not even used in this tournament, like some other players that haven't played. Brooke and Danielle, they were like 1-2, but both losses were 7-6. I mean, I would say this combo won't happen that much during the dual match season, except maybe weaker opponents, but who knows. Luba and Alina, they went 4-0 in doubles. I mean, that's what I call a power doubles team, because both of those have a lot of power with their serves and ground strokes. They volley good too, so they definitely could be a number 1 in doubles, but who knows? Doubles team, but who knows? Lupa and Isabella 0-1 in doubles. Now it wasn't close, like 6-1. Maybe they need more reps together, but given their other options, they might not be used as much in the spring. We'll see. Paula and Brooke 0-1 in doubles, but maybe they're gonna get used in the spring, but not sure. This was more like experimenting on this duo. Same goes for the Isabella and Danielle. They were 1-0 in doubles. Isabella and Danielle. But not sure they're gonna use it. But it was like experimenting out. I mean, you got the fall to experiment. I mean, might as well try. I realized that Vonda Vargova and Anita Sadieva did not play in this tournament. However, Vonda's had a good fall, including a win over former Baylor player Alicia Herrera-Lanana. She also defeated a Texas Tech volunteer assistant this fall, who is currently in the top 650 in the world in singles. And at the time, I think top 700, but still. Vonda has potential to me to be a top 4 player based on those wins. And she did, I know she lost to Ashley Leahy, but she was the court one at Pepperdine. 6-0, 6-4, but that's good as a freshman. As for Anita, she's had a good fall and improved. In fact, she has defeated two top 700 players in the world in pro tournaments. This is including Abby Forbes, a former UCLA player. Yeah, she could be in the top 4 in singles lineup, but we'll see. It's quite a good problem to have. Good problem for the team in terms of singles. In doubles will be more interesting to find another doubles team or two to be in a doubles lineup. Of course, probably in the beginning and in other easier matches, they'll be experimenting. Any on lineups and playing time. Of course, they could get more reps through regular doubles as well, doubles and singles lineup as well if they want to. I do think they should be at least receiving votes to start the season. At least, at the very, very worst. But I view us more as a top 25 or even top 20 team in the beginning. And maybe we could, down the line, we could host first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, but I don't know. It's going to take a good resume, and you have the computer rankings to have that to happen. And we got to win some bigger matches, too. As for the Big 12, maybe we finish 3rd. Right behind Texas and Oklahoma. Though Oklahoma's run last year seemed fluky when you dive into it. And what happened last year. I mean, they should never have gone to the national championship match. They won doubles points and lost 4 or 5 first sets, and they still won the match 4-3. It just doesn't make sense. And granted, some of Oklahoma did beat us 6-1 last year. They did. But 4 of those went 3rd sets. In fact, 2 of those singles losses were either 7-6 or 6-5. I mean 6-4. So it was a lot closer than that scoreboard indicated. And even in doubles against Oklahoma was close at the very end. I mean, Oklahoma State did lose 3 of the top 4 in singles lineup, from what it looks like. But they do have good replacements in terms of transfers and freshmen for this fall. They even are bringing in somebody else that's really good in the spring, too. So I don't know if Oklahoma State's going to stay 3rd or not, but we'll see. 4th in the Big 12 might be at the best. Might be at this point. What's tricky is the team is likely going to have road matches against Kansas and Texas Tech, who's about same level as us in terms of the Big 12 in rankings. Though I know Kansas lost 2 singles players and 3 in doubles. I mean, 3 players overall, but they have their top 2 back. They lose their number 3 though, and their number 6, as well as a doubles only. I mean, and Texas Tech has a first-year head coach, and they did lose their 4/5 and Kaylee Evans. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. And at least we get to host Oklahoma, both Oklahoma schools, which is critical. Oklahoma State in particular, because I think that's more winnable than Oklahoma, but given what Oklahoma has coming back, I know they lost somebody who turned pro, but they do have good freshmen. They do. But I'm going to just say this. Last year was fluky. This fall, I don't know what to think of Oklahoma. I mean, it's the truth. And we get to host Iowa State as well, whose Iowa State is about the same level as us in terms of rankings in the Big 12. So that's just my general thoughts. It's just going to be very, very competitive in the Big 12, as you could tell. I mean, 3 through, I would consider the top 2 are Texas and Oklahoma right off the bat. But we'll have to wait and see what really happens. Then there's 3 through 7 that's I consider close. And I really do think this team is more powerful in terms of there's going to be more power in the lineup 1 through 5. I mean, not to say last year isn't. It's just I think there's a little more upside. And I know it's way too early to talk about end of the year or anything. But I do know Baylor women's tennis will for sure lose 1 player in a singles lineup. And that's Paula. Because she has no more years of eligibility. At least that 1. So at best you return 5. Of course, if Isabel Harson wants to use that extra year of eligibility, because she does have an extra year due to COVID. Remember, she played at Alabama, and she did her freshman year during a COVID year. I mean, 2019, 2020, before that shutdown happened. She does have that going for her if she wants to use it. So really at worst, 4 players, I mean, coming back, that's still a good foundation for the following year. And not only that, we don't know about the transfer portal. That's the problem. That's a problem, and we don't know. I know for sure we already got commit for the class of 2023, but I'm not positive what else happens, because for all I know, there could be another recruit coming in the next fall or even the spring, the following spring. I mean, because right now we don't have a scholarship allotment. I don't think so, because this roster's up to technically 10 players if you include a walk-on. So it is 9 players that have played a lot this fall. Unless one of those 9 that has played this fall so far is like half scholarship. There's got to be one of those has to be another walk-on, because they only get like 8 scholarships, I believe in women's tennis. But I'm going to check real fast. Eight athletes. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So there's only 8 full scholarships. So that's just my general thoughts on the team. And of course, there's one more tournament, and that's the Big 12 Invitational. That's in Stillwater. And it's for those players that, or some players that didn't play, that's not going to play this, like, ITA Fall Championships. So we'll see which players participate for that tournament, but that's just my general thoughts based on observation. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I see you guys later. It's going to be 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year.